Hey, I'm Nick and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're remaking a classic, Tim Hortons home-style chili. To be fair, like most of you, I had no idea that you could buy this in a can. As a Canadian, this is one of the best fast food chilies of all time. Let's go ahead, heat this bad boy up and give it a taste test. All credit due to Tim Hortons, this chili looks exactly like you'd get in a nice bread bowl at the restaurant. The orange color tells me that they used a lot of tomatoes in this recipe. It's not too chunky, it's a little bit watery. I definitely enjoy this chili, it's really good, but I think that we can improve it overall. One of the most important parts of chili for me is how thick it is. Lots of beans, lots of meat, and our recipe has that. Let's get started. The first thing we have to do is soak our beans overnight. In a large bowl, add 1 pound or 2.5 cups of red kidney beans. Pick through, removing any beans that are broken or split apart. Don't tell your wife that you threw them on the ground. Sorry, babe. Once picked through, go ahead and cover in 2 inches or 4.5 centimeters of water and allow to rest overnight. Now let's go ahead and prep the rest of our ingredients. One of the fastest ways to improve the quality of your chili is to stop using chili powder and make your own chili paste. This recipe, derived from Kenzie Lopez Alt, will clear your sinuses and is super easy to make. To get started, stem and seed 6 ancho chilies, 3 California chilies, 1 arbol chili, and 1 guajillo chili. The ancho chilies give a nice fruity flavor. The arbol chilies add a little bit of spice, the guajillo adds a little bit of smoke, and the Californias give it a nice depth of flavor. Remember, wearing gloves will protect your hands and don't rub your eyes. Once you're done seeding them, go ahead and rip them into approximately 1-inch pieces. Repeat this process for all the peppers. Now, let's head over to the cooktop. In a large Dutch oven over medium-high heat, go ahead and add our peppers. We want to cook these until they begin to darken in color and start letting off some of the spicy smell. After 4 to 5 minutes and the peppers become dark brown, we're going to go ahead and add in 2 cups of chicken broth and cook down until the peppers begin to soften. Word of warning, do this over a vented area because it will clear out your nostrils. Once softened, go ahead and remove from heat and move to the next step. In a high-powered blender, we're going to add our peppers and all the juices back in. Don't worry if you make a mess, that's part of cooking. After about 60 seconds, the peppers should be good and broken down. Go ahead and set aside, and we'll move on to making the rest of our chili. For this recipe, you're going to need 4 tablespoons unsalted butter, 2 onions grated on a box grater or finely minced. Watch your eyes because this will make you cry. If you didn't see my video on knife techniques, it is linked above. We're also going to need 2 cloves of garlic, grated on a microplaner, or once again, finely minced. We'll also need to prep 2 teaspoons oregano, kosher salt, and 2 chipotles in adobo sauce, finely chopped. This is going to add some heat to our chili. Once that's done, open a brand new can of sardines and remove 2. Using the back of a fork, we want to mush this into basically a paste. Alternatively, you can just buy anchovy paste and add about 1 teaspoon. Next, we'll need about a teaspoon of cumin, half a cup of tomato paste, and 2 pounds of lean ground beef. This next one's a little subjective. I like to use whole tomatoes and crush them by hand, but you can use a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Now, I'm sure you forgot all about those beans in your fridge. Go ahead and strain those. They should be double in size and place back in the bowl. And finally, we're going to need 2 to 3 tablespoons cornmeal, 1 cup of chicken broth, and about a 1/4 cup of that chili paste that we made from scratch. In a Dutch oven over medium-high heat, we're going to go ahead and melt 4 tablespoons of butter. We don't want this to get any color at all because that'll change the flavor. Once melted, add our onions, our chopped garlic, our oregano, and a pinch of salt. We're going to cook this down until all the liquid has been cooked out of the onions and they begin to turn golden brown. Depending if you grate it or not, this may take a little more time, about 5 to 8 minutes. Once they're nice and cooked down and become golden brown in color, we're going to add our anchovies, our chipotles, our chili paste, and our cumin. Go ahead and stir that and allow it to cook for about a minute until it becomes nice and fragrant. Once that's ready, we're gonna go ahead and add about a half a cup of tomato paste and give that a quick mix. Next, we're gonna add in our beef. Now our goal is not to brown the beef because there's too much liquid inside of this pot. All we're trying to do is cook it through so that it's no longer pink in the middle. This should take anywhere between 7 and 8 minutes. Next, let's add in our chicken stock, our tomatoes, and our beans, and we're also going to add our cornmeal. Now that everything's inside of our pot, give it a quick stir and bring it to a boil. Once it begins boiling, turn down the heat and add a lid. We're gonna allow this to simmer for 1 to 2 hours depending on how long it takes for your beans to cook. If your beans are still hard after about an hour and it begins to stick to the bottom, add about a half a cup of water. If you have too much liquid, take the lid off and allow it to cook down for 30 minutes. My chili took about 90 minutes, but it was well worth the wait. Look how thick and rich this chili looks. We're gonna plate up a big bowl, add a couple jalapenos, some fresh chopped green onion, and give it a taste test. Not gonna lie, but this tastes nothing like the Tim Hortons chili from a can. I kinda just started making a recipe that I wanted to try and follow, but after burning my mouth a little bit, I gotta tell you, this is a damn good chili, and I highly recommend that you try it. Comment down below what your favorite chili is and what you think I should try to make next. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up button and please consider subscribing. It goes a long way. Until next time, get cooking.